I believe in a grip that is very much in the fingers with minimal hand contact. What I mean by hand would be the thumb pad, the back of the hand, the palm of the right hand. It's basically 100% in the fingers. This does a couple things to me. Much like gripping a golf club, you can hold an object as securely as you want in your fingers, and it doesn't radiate up your arm. There's no tension in any muscle or joint all the way up to your shoulder. When you introduce your palm or your thumb, then the wrist joint gets locked up, and the tension is present in the forearm and the shoulder. So, old school method would be to grip it in the palm or the light one in the left hand, and maybe split the grip in the right hand, and which leads to a very risky stroke. And the method back in the day, so to speak, when greens were slow and green in Bermuda was more of a risky or a pop type stroke. And so what I'm trying to do is get people into just more of a free flowing stroke, because I think agronomy's gotten a lot better, and there isn't really a need for a pop stroke so much anymore. So if you hold it in your palm, you don't have a whole lot of leverage over it. It becomes very heavy. Then to control it, you have to use forearm muscles. If you hold it in your fingers, then it's just like a golf club. You can hold it with one finger and it's balanced right on the heel pad of the left hand. So when it's in the fingers, there's no thumb pressure, there's no thumb pad pressure. Therefore, this wrist joint is relaxed. It's in the fingers of the right hand. No part of my right hand is on the club. And therefore, because the putters are weighted on a stick, it will hinge in my hands when it needs to. I don't have to worry about it. If I get it locked down in my palms, then it doesn't hinge, and then get it back to square is a little bit more challenging. Say this too right away. Because we stand on the side of the ball, because we are here, then there is some sort of arc. You want to take the putter back straight forever. It would be more of a manipulation back through. So there is an arc to a pointing stroke, and it just happens. No, it's not manufactured. It doesn't happen. So part of that arc, the putter does not stay low to the ground. The putter comes up out of the ground. It's the weight on the stick. If I were to keep this thing low going back, then I've got two choices. I can either let it swing through and the ball not behind the ball, or I can accelerate my right arm to try to get the bottom of the swing back to the ball. And if you do that enough times over the years, that's my personal opinion where the units come from. Just trying to get that bottom back, otherwise you're going to chunk it. So if the grip's in the fingers, the wrist joints are relaxed, the putter's going to come out of the ground, and you're going to hit essentially down on it, not low to the ground where you have to hit up on it. So again, I'm trying to take care of that through the set, not really through trying to make the stroke. I'll be the first person to say that learning my grip, there are a lot of little nuances to a grip, my grip. It's a pain. It's a pain to change. And certainly when a student comes to me and the first thing I talk to them about is grip, and it's interesting. A beginner is going to take a lot longer, in my experience, to learn a grip than a tour pro. A tour pro can get something very, very quickly. A beginner obviously takes a lot more time. So the better the player, to me, the easier they pick up the grip, and especially when they feel how free it is and how good the contact is. So grip-wise, again, you can go to my website, you can ask me questions about it, but it's very simple. This is how I'm built. My arms hang this way. They don't hang this way or that way. So if I put my left arm on the club, how it's built in my fingers, then my forearm's free. It can rotate and come right back. If I change that angle, come underneath, then it doesn't want to rotate. It doesn't want to come back to square. So it's how my left arm's built, hanging freely in my fingers. Right arm, same thing. When I do my grip properly, if you can all see it, you probably can't, but my forearms are very, very square too. If I grip it in my palm, then my forearms tend to be open. Then I have to really get my right hand strong to get it back to square. Yes? Very good question. Very good question. A lot of, Cameron's standard is 71, Ping, I believe, is 72, Seymour is 70. So if you do get that pad more on top, the fit tends to be a little bit flatter, not much, maybe a degree or so. I fit a lot of people in 70 degrees. I fit some into 69, 68. Yes, I think so. The notion to me of having your palm or your lifeline where the shaft and the forearm match, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But my star student, Zach Johnson, does not hold the grip the way he holds it in his palm. He just does it a little bit differently. He gets his palm a little bit more over in a strong position, and he gets his right hand very much under the club, much like his golf swing, and so his forearms are still lined up square, and his putter is a little bit more upright. So if you do switch to this grip, yes, it tends to be a little bit flatter, but no more than a degree or so.